Hey everybody, it's Hia, and today I'll be telling you about Canadian rights and responsibilities and some stuff about fairness. So in school right now, we're learning about the government. So everybody learns that in grade 5, so about the government and stuff. So we put a kind of like a twist into it, how the government treats people and what they make right choices and everything. So first I'll read, oh yeah, one more thing. I had a volleyball tournament on Friday, and I got 2 certificates, yay! Okay, so first I'm gonna read what I thought fairness was. So what is fairness? How are people treated? Well, in the 1900s, people weren't treated fairly because of their skin colors. Generally, people treated white people fairly, and they treated black people unfairly. For example, in the U.S., in some states, there was a water fountain for white people and a different water fountain for black people. I am sure that everyone has heard about Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, and Martin Luther King. Those people made a change for many U.S. people. So, I'll explain what, some people if they don't know, I'll explain what Rosa Parks did. So Rosa Parks was a black woman, and one day she was coming from work. So she was coming from work, and she went on a bus, and she put her fare, and then she sat on a seat where a black man was there. So she was sitting in the middle section. So this is the front section, this is the middle section, and this is the back section. So black people were allowed to sit in the back middle section unless a white person wanted it. So there was a white person left standing. So the bus driver told Rosa to get off, but she refused to get off, and so she got arrested. Harriet Tubman made about 300 or 1,000 slaves free, and so she used the Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad is not underground, and it's not a railroad. It's just a path to be free to Pennsylvania. And Martin Luther King Jr., he did a lot of speeches which changed the lives for black people. And now, because of that, white people and black people work together. Next, let's see. But nowadays, everyone is treated fairly. It doesn't matter how you look on the outside. It matters how your character is from the inside. How is the environment treated? Before, the environment was treated just like how people, like us students, respect each other with respect. Nowadays, people treat the environment like they are bullying someone. So that's my first page. Okay. Last week was Halloween, and the next day, my lawn was full of candy wrappers. It won't affect me, but it will affect the environment. So that happened to many of my friends and my teachers. How are animals treated that participate in shows like Marineland, zoos, and theme parks? Animals that participate in shows aren't treated very well. They get whipped if they aren't doing something correctly, and the owners aren't very nice either. I think the people should get new owners who will treat the animals in a nice way. So that was my paragraph. And now I'm going to read what matters to you. So, your local or municipal government is hard at work every day to solve your problems in the community. So if you have a problem, you talk to your parents, teachers, and friends, or check the newspaper and city and town. And then you find out what's happening. And so, in my class, we had to choose a local issue and we have to explain why we chose that issue. So, I chose women's rights. So I explained how women were treated back then, and I don't think they were treated nicely just because they're women. So, do you think that men have equal power as women? If you have an answer, please comment below. And so my local issue was as I said, women's rights. Now I'm going to read to you about Canadian rights and responsibilities. So, fundamental freedoms apply to everyone in Canada. These freedoms must be respected by all levels of government and can be enforced by courts if necessary. The right to communicate your opinions and ideas to anyone who is willing to listen to them is freedom of speech. The government can pass laws that limit free speech if they're just reasonable and can be justified. Hate speech and obscenity are examples of speech that can be limited. All Canadians over the age of 18 have the right to vote for their choice of political representative. With this privilege comes the responsibility to participate in the electoral process. Freedom of religion allows anyone in Canada to have religious beliefs of their choice and to declare them openly without fear of consequences. Freedom of association and assembly makes sure that the only Canadian citizens have the right to be a part of any organization as long as it is not illegal. Equal protection under the law means that race, national or origin of color, religion, age, or gender, mental or physical disability does not change your right to have equal protection and benefit of the law. So basically what we have to do, one second, I'll come in a second. Okay, so sorry about the shaking stuff. So my teacher had some questions to answer. Okay, so my teacher gave me some questions I had to answer. So the first question: what is responsible government? I'll show you. So we have to answer these questions because many people have this as a question. Sorry. Okay, so if you know answer to this question, please comment below. Next question is: what roles do disabled people play in the Canadian society? Question. And the next question is that how are elections run and organized? Well, not run. How are elections run and organized? And like I said before, if you know any answers to these questions, please comment below. Next question is that what are provincial and territorial governments? Last but not the least, what are levels of government? What does that mean? So those are my questions I have to answer. And so we have to write a letter using this hijab organizer. It's a letter organizer. And so we have to write a letter to the government of that local issue. So if I'm doing women's rights, I have to write a letter to a woman or someone who's in charge of women's rights or someone. Look, I made the Canadian maple leaf. Whatever. So yeah, and that was about it. So if you have any answers to the questions I did, or any questions about what I'm doing, and so please comment below. Please don't forget to subscribe, and remember to like this post if it was useful for you.